for us. I think Tamara will continue and give us better information on how we are going to do it, because he is the vision bearer with Mpanya, so that we can have a clear goal and clear reason as to why we are doing this.
The reason, what day is it? You said 17th, and from where? Because I've been waiting for Tamara. I can't see her, so we will not wait longer than that. From which area will you be walking from, and to where?
Yes, it will start at KU, at China Square areas. We will walk from there towards CBD and to Uhuru Park, where we'll finalize by praying and being together and maybe having one or two briefs. We will also have protection from the security officers. We've been given permission to hold our congregation at Uhuru Park. We've also asked the police and the security personnel to take care of our people, to protect us from goons. So there will be no any interruption for the police. So it will be from around 8 a.m. up to 4 p.m. That is a 17-kilometer walk. It won't be of any hurry. Tutatembea tu polepole. We'll be having some songs, some better hymns, and some awakening hymns that will give us hope, and we'll always have to fight for our nation in any way possible. So on 17th, that is on Sunday, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., please carry your stuff as much as possible. You can reach to Gen Z. Gen Z will provide a t-shirt. We're having a special t-shirt that all of us will be wearing, so that we can at least keep away from goons and those ones who have been planted by the government. You see, this government can do anything possible to make sure that they term our work as bad as it should be. Anyway, but we will have a uniform t-shirt that is branded by Walk of Life, that is for prayer and fasting.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, that is very good. So, Levi, are you adding anything? That is, I think, clear. And I want to add my voice in supporting young people, because, you know, the brutal way in which William Ruto dealt with the protest after June the 25th had begun to demoralize the young people and began to scare people from feeling that they could come out and air their grievances or be able to say the things that they want to say about their country. And this is an important point of revival. It's an important point that should be amplified and encouraged, so that we go back to the constitutional guarantees of peaceful assembly and the rights that are bestowed on every Kenyan under the Bill of Rights, the right to freedom of expression, the right to assemble, the right to picket, and those rights are fundamental and unalienable. And it is very important that we don't let the government get into the habit of intimidation and believing that it is normal. And that is one of the things I'm very happy about Donald Trump, is because this issue of abduction has become normalized. Masked men and unmarked cars abducting people is becoming normal. If we allow that to be normal, we will downgrade ourselves to a point where the government now adds that into their tools of terror. We must resist that abduction label and technique and behavior. They say from a psychological point of view, behavior is caused. And therefore, to deal with behavior, you must deal with the reasons and the causes for behavior. We cannot allow Ruto to believe that he's a king and he is a man without the force of law. And therefore, the march is also a point of defiance. It was best expressed during the civil rights movement of Dr. Martin Luther King, the idea of marching for freedom and marching for a cause. So I want to add my voice to all the students there who are going to be getting together from the Kenyatta University on the 17th, being a Sunday at 8 a.m., walking through to Uhuru Park for the country called Kenya, in order to say that this is our country, the right to assemble and the right to picket. I think that is a major, major issue. Levi, you will have something to say about that? I think we've lost Levy. So, listen, I think you can give your views on that March of 17. You had asked about it.
Well, what I can say is any movement that is genuine and carries the aspirations of the Kenyan people to be able to express and use and express our liberties of freedom of speech and condemn the violence and excesses, we shall welcome it. I pray that the team that is organizing that has all the genuineness that we deserve, and we believe that if they are very genuine, and I ask all Kenyans to join them and support them, and we should also ask Kenyans to come from everywhere, not necessarily from that way, because it looks so structured. I'm wondering if you're stopped at Thika Road, what will happen? So think about it. But if it's a Kenyan people project, we salute and we want them. We wish them the best, and we shall be there with them.
All right, Kevin, welcome to the space. What say you? Kelvin, the mic is yours.
Good evening, Mr. Tony.
Good evening. Evening to you.
Yes, I feel so excited. Because this is what we want in our country. Our country needs unity, and our unity cannot just be like that if we don't work harder. The way we see things are going very bad, very pathetic. If the government today cannot even attempt to raise the issue of the youth in this country, and youths are already fought. You remember what Gen Zs did the other time when they are fighting for this country to get what we deserve. And yet some of them were tortured, some of them were kidnapped. So I really support this movement, and me personally, Wakili, if we can work the way you are organizing this team, we want our government to know that the government is the government of the people. And we as the people, we must express our desire so that the country can be seen as the country where everybody can be heard. Because what we are seeing is this government that nobody can be heard. Anything we do, the government is just doing what is not recognized. I want to urge Mr. President so that he must look this country, and he must know that he is the father of the people in this country. So if he is working carelessly the way we are seeing, we won't go anywhere. So members, let us join hands, and we are ready to work. We will work until this government one day will say that we thought somebody was opposition leader, and these youths can turn out, and they can mobilize themselves, that they can change what has never been changed in this country. That is what I can say, Mr. Tony.
Thank you very much. Levi, I see your hand. Karibu sana. What say you?
Oh, I was saying that there's an account down there that has requested called Mbanya, or maybe you can send the mic to him kindly.
And also Tamara is also there, Gen Z.
Yeah. And Tamara 5858, those two. So actually, the Walk for Life is not for university students. It's generally for each and every one of you who is willing to come. Being at Kenyatta University, it's not even associated with Kenyatta University. It's only that we chose to, because it will be on the 17th of November, we wanted to walk for 17 kilometers from KU to Rupak. That's 17 kilometers.
So Levi, could you have them raise their hand? I can't see them, so they would have to raise their hand. There's too many people on the screen. Or I had given you co-host. Could they raise their hand so that I can see them? Because I can't see the request.
My network dropped me. That's why I don't have the co-host. Maybe you can return the co-host, and then I can search for them down there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try maybe to get them.
on issue that that there's someone who has just talked about something to do with being genuine in this group, or rather in this walk of life. It is actually a free and more accommodative place that you should always be willing to be part of. We are not in any way having any leader. It's a leaderless. It is also a partyless. Every voice counts. So if you come with one idea or two, it's what we all embrace. So we believe that we are one Kenya that is not going to be divided by any way. That's why I said it's not selective on which religion, and it's not even selective of which race, and also not selective on which generation that we want. So we are going with, if it was possible that Gen Alpha could have also been able to hold IDs, then they could be there. But unfortunately, they can't. So we can have Gen Z and going back there. Yes.
That's a good message. Yes. So are you okay, Levi? Can you now hear me as a co-host?
Yes, I do. I'm trying to get the accounts, but wait.
I was telling you, so don't worry, because I was seeing we are having, what you can probably do, we can schedule another space, maybe even on your TikTok as you wanted. But I think for me today was to amplify the movement that you want to begin, that of using spirituality as well as a motivation of getting younger people. I know a number of your members have been fasting. I know a number of them have been asking, look, what if we use a faith-based approach to also the struggle? And I say all of it because, you know, Ruto has poisoned the spirituality, and people have begun to kind of look at it negatively for no reason. So this idea of, I know a lot of your members have been fasting and have been preparing for that. Is quite a long walk. 17 kilometers is quite an endeavor from all the way from KU to Uhuru Park. So part of what I wanted today was to give voice to those young Kenyans who were not only giving themselves out to do so, but also needed other Kenyans to hear of that event, so that wherever you are in your own space and within your own Twitter handle, you can amplify for them, so that, yes, those who are willing can all join them. And somebody asked at which point. I mean, I see no harm in people even going to Uhuru Park and even joining them there, those who will not be able to physically, you know, walk the whole length. I think the whole idea will be to come together at some point within the whole day event. So Levi, if that is the best we can do, I wanted to conclude by finishing on the Adani summary, but I had wanted to know if it's okay with you, we can reschedule this. When you're ready, you get in touch with me.
Okay, there's no problem. Maybe we can order a space on Saturday if you will be available.
I'll make time for the young people. I'll come where you are so that we can give some voice to this issue. But in conclusion, So in conclusion, I just wanted everybody to be aware that 60% of the Adani war has now reached a climax, because the preliminary stages have now been overcome. There are several main petitions. Yesterday, the Katiba Institute launched a petition. Today, the workers launched a petition that secured the orders. And on the 27th of November, we shall be seeking to consolidate these petitions so that we have one major army sitting against Adani and JKIA in the case which involves the constitutional interpretation. So I would say that from where we began 2.5 months ago, we have made tremendous progress, and we are 60% there. And after the 27th, we expect that the cases will be consolidated and a hearing date will be given. The good news for all Kenyans is that a second conservatory order was given to hold and preserve the airport until the determination of the case. With that in mind, I didn't want to hold this space any longer. I want to thank everybody who has been able to come over, and that is the update from the Andani issue. We congratulated Donald Trump, J. Trump, for coming in, and as I said, we are developing a communication which we will share soon, welcoming him as president-elect and bringing up the issues that concern Kenya vis-a-vis the United States of America. And good riddance to Meg Whitman. We will not miss her, and may she go and never serve another country again. With all those very many words, thank you everybody for coming.